Today's shout-out goes out to Mrs. Cavalieri's 8th grade social studies classes at Ventnor Middle School in Ventnor, New Jersey. Which of these cities is not located on the U.S.-Canada border? You know what to do. Is it Detroit, Michigan, Seattle, Washington, Niagara Falls, New York, or Portal, North Dakota? You've got 3 seconds. Go! Seattle, Washington, also known as the Emerald City, is not on the U.S. border with Canada. That's your answer, and that's your shout-out. It's time for the shout-out. What state traditionally holds the country's first presidential caucus? If you think you know it, shout it out. Is it Wyoming, New Hampshire, Iowa, or Michigan? You've got 3 seconds. Go! The Hawkeye State is usually home to the country's first caucus in a presidential election year. That's your answer, and that's your shout-out. Time for the shout-out. At what wind speed does a tropical storm become a hurricane? If you think you know it, shout it out. Is it 52 miles per hour, 63 miles per hour, 74 miles per hour, or 85 miles per hour? You've got 3 seconds. Go! When a tropical storm's wind speed reaches 74 miles per hour, it gets upgraded to a Category 1 hurricane. That's your answer, and that's your shout-out. Time for the shout-out. Who was the most recent U.S. president whose political party controlled both houses of Congress while he was in office? Was it George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, George H.W. Bush, or Ronald Reagan? You've got 3 seconds. Go! Our current president, George W. Bush, and the Republicans held the majority in the House and Senate from 2002 to 2006. That's your answer, and that's your shout-out.
Today's shout-out goes out to Mrs. Speece's social studies class at Bryan Middle School in Bryan, Ohio. Where is the New York Giants stadium located? You know what to do. Is it in Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, or New Jersey? You've got 3 seconds. Go! The New York Giants play their home games in New Jersey. That's your answer, and that's your shout-out.
Today's shout-out goes out to Ms. Gayer, students at St. Paul High School in St. Paul, Oregon. This is the flag of what country? You know what to do. Is it Australia, New Zealand, Venezuela, or United Kingdom? You've got 3 seconds. Go. This is New Zealand's flag, whose 4 red stars distinguish it from Australia's 6 white ones. That's your answer, and that's your shout-out.
What is the largest stadium in the United Kingdom? If you think you know it, you know how it works, just shout it out. Is it Twickenham Stadium, Millennium Stadium, Wimbledon Stadium, or Wembley Stadium? You've got 3 seconds. Go. With a capacity of 90,000 people, Wembley is the biggest stadium in Britain and the second biggest in Europe. That's your answer, and that's your shout-out.
10-second trivia. What was the first airline in the world? Daylag, Qantas, KLM, or Pan Am? KLM is the oldest airline that's still operating, but Daylag was the first airline ever. It carried paying passengers on Zeppelins.